everyone, my name is Millie and welcome to Study, School and Stuff. I think I'm going to upload a video before this explaining where I've been in this gap, but this is the first video that I've actually filmed in a very long time for this channel. And in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you how I organised my A-level notes for A-level Spanish. Now you're going to probably apply this technique to most A-level languages because I imagine the curriculum, like the subject content you have to cover, is quite similar. I did Edexcel A-level Spanish. So yeah, for most Edexcel languages it should be similar, and you can probably take something if you were doing a different exam board anyway. But I just thought I'd show you how I organised my notes, and I'm going to make another video about how I revised for the exam itself. So if you're interested in that, then please do subscribe so you don't miss that. Okay, on with the notes. So I had 3 big folders like this, which were from Wilco. They're quite battered, as you can see. They had a good long life. I have already got rid of some of my notes from my exams because as I'm filming this, it's currently April, and I did my exams the previous May. So I've had these folders in my room for nearly a year, getting around to filming these videos. But anyway, as I'm going to show you, so in the front of the folder, I had a contents page, and in it, I would put the different topics. I think we had themes. Then each theme had several topics and each topic had different lessons. So I gave each topic its own section. So the first one is La evolución de la sociedad española, which is the evolution of Spanish society, and that had its own chunk. Now within each chunk, I would then put all my stuff. So I don't know how best to show you this. Maybe I'll pick up the camera and do it like that. There we go. That's easier. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, we've got all these sections. And then in section 1, I'd open it up, and I've still got post-it notes everywhere. So this is my vocab list that we were given for this unit. So that would be at the front of my page. And then after that, I would have, so anything vocab related. And then I would try and put in these questions. Now these are like past questions that have come up for the speaking topic, and I would plan answers for them, and those notes would be behind the vocab sheets. Then after that I'd have a summary sheet, which would be all my notes that I was either struggling to remember or I thought were really key. I'll talk about how I revised for Spanish in a different video, as I said, which might or might not already be up. But in my notes I would find 10 key statistics and write them down. I would put down key vocab that I keep forgetting, and I would put down points that I've forgotten regularly, and anything else that I thought was particularly important. And this just gave me something that I could look over just before the exam, so that I wasn't like panicking and flicking through all of these millions of notes that I've got, because obviously that's not very helpful. So then I'd have the statistics sheet that I'd make, which I can then test myself with on different sides. And then behind that I'd have my big sheets of notes. Are you ready for this? Not that one. Are you ready for this? Let's try that again. Yeah, so these were all my notes from this unit. As you can see, there are loads. So those sheets would be behind that. And then I'd have all my classwork behind that, generally in the order of the lessons. And then at the back, I'd put any translations that we had that were related to that topic. And I had one of these sections for each speaking topic that we had. And yeah, that was kind of how it worked. I put 2 themes in each folder. So I had 2 of these folder for my speaking themes. So that's how I structured that folder. Now I also had another folder, which was my 3rd folder for Spanish, which had notes for the book and the film in it. Now in Edexcel A-level Spanish, you had to analyse a book and you had to analyse a film, both in Spanish. So I put those in the same folder, and as you can see, I have 2 sets of dividers. And on the front, again, oh, this is so awkward to show you. On the front again, me hiding behind my folder, I'd have a contents page. And I broke this down into sections that, well, I wasn't really sure what I was doing when I was breaking this down into sections, to be honest. So I have general, chapter by chapter analysis, context, characters, themes, authorial devices, language and structure, something about el realismo mágico, which was very key in our book, quotes, extra vocab, exam tips, and exam questions. And And then within those sections, I'd have the different notes. This is a bit less structured because, like I said, not I didn't know what I was doing, but I didn't know how best to order it, because when you're analysing like a book or something, it's kind of all linked. So we had a whole load of worksheets that the school had like got a subscription for or something that were mainly in one section, and then I tried to divide my notes up into the other sections. And where possible, I made like these sheets, which I'll show you in the other video, which were like the summary sheet but for the different areas, so for like feminism or something for different themes. And yeah, they're basically just all in here. I tried to make sure my revision resources were near the front of the sections, I think, or at least the front of each relevant section. So if I had, say, the theme of feminism, I'd have the feminism overall sheet and then the other ones behind it, like any notes we'd had behind it. I think that was what I tried to do. But yeah, and then I had similar for the film, which for us was Voltaire. My sections were general, the plot, notes from the film, techniques, characters, themes, context, lesson notes, webinar notes, essay tips and key points, essays. And I also had a section for mixed essays because some of the exam papers that we were given had essays for the film and essays for the book, which was annoying because it couldn't be divided between my file dividers. So I had to have a section for mixed essays. But yeah, that was how I structured my folder for these. So obviously these are massive, great folders, and I did not take these in to sixth form every day. Only when we had to or when I wanted to do revision from them. So in the meantime, I took in these which were littler folders, just like A4 ring binders, because it just meant I could take whichever topic we were covering in and just take that around with me, because if I had Spanish, maths and drama in a day, that would be a lot of folders if I was taking one of those in each time. I'm now going to show you a couple of other things that I tried, and some of which worked and some of which didn't, for when I was organising my Spanish notes. Okay, I have a massive stack of notebooks and stuff here. So first of all, we have these really battered writing books, which we got given one for the book and the film, and they had notes that the teachers had prepared for us and places to write essays. So they were what we used for putting our essays in and things. So that was those. I also have these notebooks where I started making notes, like writing up all my notes every night at the beginning of term for the different units that we covered. So I tried to make it look neatish, and because when I write in class, I write really messily because I'm trying to get it all down. And I'd put all the vocab and stuff in there, but it just wasn't working. And in the end, I found that doing the big spreadsheet worked better, but I'll talk more about that in the Spanish revision video. So I have these notebooks, which are like half filled. I also have notebooks like this, which are part filled, because I tried to do vocab lists, but I only did like 1 page of that, so that was useful, not. And then I have more notebooks here. What are these ones? Oh, I had notebooks that I took grammar notes in from our grammar books that we had, and that was actually quite helpful. But I think I did transfer those onto flashcards in the end. So yeah, I think the final thing to mention was I did have a folder, or I think maybe it was one of these little folders, for like reading translations and readings and translations and things like that, because we were given a massive pack. Again, I think it was part of the package that the school got for us. Yeah, we were given a massive pack of like translation exercises to do, so they were in there, and also random reading comprehensions that weren't related to specific topics I tried to put in there, or did they go in the back of the big folder? I'm not sure. Anyway, so I hope you found this video vaguely helpful and it's given you some ideas on how you could structure your A-level language notes. If you've enjoyed it and it's been useful, please do give it a like to let me know. And if you've got any other tips about organising notes, then please leave them in the comments so that other people can see them. And yes, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss my videos on revision tips and things like that. And thank you very much for watching. Bye!